Hi, fellow traders, what's happening? I hope you guys had a great weekend. You had a good start to this week. Today wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I know Friday was a really good day, price action wise. And I was hoping that today we would kind of build off of Friday, but didn't really have that good of a day as far as price action. But we did get what the market gave us. And all we can do is what I've been saying all along. You come in every day and do what you do. You don't come in changing this, changing that. You come in, do your thing every day, day in and day out. And at the end of the week, at the end of the month, you're going to be sitting in a good position. And that's why I say your success is in your routine. A lot, you talk to all of these incredibly successful people, and they'll tell you their success was in their routine. It was in their process that they did every day that put them in a position to succeed, to achieve, to be successful. It's what they did every day. And they did it over and over and over again. And they became more and more successful because it's what I know you've heard this before. Success is the sum of small efforts done repeatedly, day in and day out, and that's basically what it is. And I'm not the only one that's saying this. There's a lot of people that say the same thing. This is a lot of the foundations of their conferences and everything about establishing a routine that's going to put you in a position to achieve and receive success every day. So just know it doesn't matter. You may be going through some tough times, mentally and physically. The market just beats you down and you feel like you just have nothing left and you just want to quit. That's where your routine comes in, because you're going to know, you should have in place what to do. When the market beats me down in the morning, I have a routine that I'm back in the afternoon, and it's what I do every time. And you've got to have that. So you find out who you are when those challenges come about. And you'll find out and you'll know whether you have a good process or not. If you don't, then you're going to have to develop that routine. So today, the SPY, remember we were talking yesterday in the session, yesterday morning, we were talking about the 319 level or the 323.41 level. If it broke above the 323.41 and held, then we could be on our way to a new 52-week high. It's really possible, because if you looking at this chart, I don't care what happened before February 19th. Doesn't really matter to me. All I care about is what happened afterwards. This is the last key resistance point before we get back to testing highs. If we hold it, now we closed over it today. If we open above it tomorrow, if we confirm this tomorrow, there's a really good chance we can make an assault on this week. If we fail to hold it and confirm it tomorrow, then we can easily come down and test 319. And honestly, guys, I thought we were going to test 319 again today. I really did. The way the market was trading at the open, or in pre-market and at the open, I thought we were going to test 319, but we didn't. We held the 5-day moving average, which this is the most aggressive sentiment that you could have, an indicator. sentiment indicator you can have. And as long as we're holding this thing is poised to keep pushing. And it definitely held it. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow. Are we going to open above today's close? Are we going to have a little gap up? If we have a gap up, I think we may be pulling back a little bit. But if we open to either a small gap or we open a little bit lower and we do confirm by trading higher, I think that's going to give us a better chance of getting there. But tomorrow, right now for me, is going to tell the tale. But our swings, several of the ones that we identified yesterday did pretty good today. Fortunately, the one that I picked so far has done the best. And we'll take a look at that one here in a few. But let's look at the day trades we did. This morning, we caught BA. I waited. I was going to give it that 15 minutes before I took the opening range trade. And so that's why I didn't get in on this candle. I let the third 5-minute candle close. Once we broke below the closing of this candle, I was all in and took profit here and was looking for 172, or at least 172.25. That didn't happen, and we ended up just kind of holding up, bounced, and we came back, and I just stopped. I wasn't going to wait to break even. Had I waited to break even, I wouldn't have took the hit on this trade like I did. But I was expecting better price action than what we got today. And we just got some bad price action. So we got the sell here, good first target, and just took it off because I just saw this screaming back up. So I went ahead and made the decision to kill it. It was already in my mind, in my plan. So I didn't change my plan midstream. I automatically, had that in my mind that if we started to build back, I'm going to just take it off and then reset. And so I waited until we broke this channel. I got in, and again, about 10, 15 cents away from my first target, it turned around and jumped up. Now, if I was trading with the same mindset that I had Friday, the scalper's mindset, I probably would have taken profit at least once, because I wouldn't have been waiting for, a certain level. I would just snag when I got, 20, 30 cents. But that wasn't the mindset I was trading in. I was, back to looking to catch the solid moves. But this one, it came down, didn't make a lower low. We pulled back. Once we made a higher high, I went ahead and took it off. So I didn't let it sit there and, take a whole lot of this profit away. It only took maybe 50, 60 bucks, I think, was all I had to give back on this. But was really, really disappointed. But there was no way I was going to take this long, buying it into the 9, the VWAP, the 20. Here's the opening range low. I just wasn't going to buy into all of that. And still, you can see this thing made a big run up. If I was in the scalper mentality, it would have been, I would have been scalping in between levels. Whether it's 30, 40 cents, doesn't matter. I'd have been scalping in between these levels. But I don't like doing that. To me, it's just too risky. And it's not something that I'm comfortable with. So I just stay away from it. Friday was, like I said, it was just one of those days that you probably won't see again. And if you do, it'll be a long time from now. So MRNA, this was the one that we locked in on, and I got the most out of. So you can see the early big washout. Now I was watching this on the 5-minute opening range. I took my eye off this chart, looked at another chart, and by the time I looked back, we were all the way down here. And it was less than 3 seconds. And so I missed that entry on this. This thing washed out, it halted, and then eventually bounced. And so I was waiting for it to give me another entry. So I was watching this because I only had this stock and BA on my watch list today. I only had two. And so I was watching this, and we put in a channel here. So you know I'm looking for either to break the low of the channel or break above the channel. And here we broke the low. Got a candle to close. And then it confirmed by trading, making a lower low. I was in. Well, what I had to do was, once it broke the low, I have a hotkey specifically for stocks on short sale restriction, because you can only short on an uptick. So this hotkey puts it just above the bid. I don't put it on the ask because sometimes the ask could be 20 cents away. So I wanted it 1 cent above the bid. So all I needed to do is to uptick 1% once the 1 cent once the order goes out, and I'll get filled. Sometimes I may have to wait a few seconds. Today might have taken 2 seconds to fill. And that was that. Because all we're doing is looking for it to bounce or pop up. I can't short it with the price going down on short sale restriction. So I got in, and here for 30 minutes, it practically traded like a stock on short sale restriction. It would not sell off. We kept getting these wicks to the downside here. And so I was really close to cutting this thing off. Especially around in here. I was really close to clicking it, because I was about done. To me, I'm saying, okay, we're making higher lows. This thing might be pushing up. And I remember BA today traded through all these moving averages. Just what BA did. And I was thinking, well, this would probably do the same thing. It did it back here. So it held, and it gave me a little bit of hope. So I was able to grab some profit here around, what was it, 82.12. I took 2/3 off at 82.12. And I did take this off early. I had this at, what price did I have this at? Was it $79.75? I think I did at first. And then I said, well, I'll take it at 82, I think. Or, no, 80. I would take it at 80. But it was fighting. And it looked like we weren't going to get there. So again, I kind of had to change and take profit, because the name of the game for me is to take profit. So if we were within that window, I was able to snag some. And then the next target was down here at this 80.03 level. So I grabbed some there. And then it bounced. So here I was looking for 81.25-ish or better. That's what I was looking for here. But we never could get it. And so I ended up taking it off early. And then I kind of held this. This kind of worked out pretty good. And it didn't give me a whole lot of grief waiting on this. But, then it just bounced on me. But still a halfway decent trade. Like I said, we took what it gave us. 577.11, not a bad haul for a Monday like today. Not a bad haul at all. And the swing trade we got in was PayPal. It did open up. It did get some profit taking a little bit at the open, and then it bounced back up, and we started pushing up. And so you can see, I took this early before the market closed. I think we're up around 179 or through 179. The target is a 52-week high, which is right at 184. So we still got some work to do tomorrow. If we get through 181, I may take some profit tomorrow. I'm going to look at the market and see, and I'll decide in the morning, before the market opens, whether I'm going to keep my profit target at 184 or just take some off around 180, 182, something like that. Because remember, it's about locking in profit. And I'm going to sell into strength. I don't want to wait and see weakness and then try to sell, because I may end up getting hurt that way. But all in all, this was pretty good. A couple of the stocks that we had on our watch list from this weekend did pretty good. I think Snap did pretty good. I think ABC did pretty good. Monster Energy, I can't remember 100%, but I know several of them did pretty good. A couple of them pulled back and showed some weakness, like BA did early in the day, but may get some hits on for them tomorrow. So that's gonna do it for me today. You guys have a great night, a great evening, and I don't even know why I did this, because I didn't take profit, so it didn't make sense for me to even copy that. But you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will catch you in the morning.